Hello, I'm Melissa and I'm a tutor here at ICS Learn and also your host for this induction session. If you're watching this video, then it means that you probably weren't able to attend the live session for some reason. I would urge you to come to the live session if you can, because that way you'll be able to ask me questions live on air and I'll be able to tailor my advice to the specific course that you're studying. If you do have any questions after watching this video, if there's anything I don't cover, then you can contact our very friendly ICS Learn Student Services at any time. If you are on the ICS Learn Student Community, all you need to do is scroll down to the very bottom of any page and you'll be able to see their details there. You can use live web chat and you can phone them during our office hours or send an email and they will be very happy to help you. So first of all, a very warm welcome from everyone here at ICS Learn. The aim of today's session is to introduce you to online learning and give you a feel for how it works. I'll do my best to give you all the help you need to get started and point you in the right direction to all you need to complete your course. I am actually a maths teacher here at ICS Learn, so if you're doing A-level or GCSE maths, you're likely to hear from me as you go through your course. If you're studying other subjects, you'll get to know your subject specialist tutor in good time, and I'll explain how to get in touch with them during this session. So I'd like to start with a quote here from the American author Mark Twain. Sometimes just getting started is the hardest part, especially if you're new to online learning and you're faced with 2 years worth of study materials all in one go, it can seem a bit daunting. So Mark Twain says the secret of getting ahead is getting started. Now that sounds a bit obvious, but it's part of a bigger quote. What he actually said is the secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks and then starting with the first one. Now this is actually a motivational quote from the ICS Learn Facebook page. I'm just going to change colour of my pen there because a red won't turn up. If you go to facebook.com/ICS Learn and like their page, then you'll get more of these motivational quotes. They're really good, so I really urge you to sign up to those. So here is a brief overview of what I hope to cover in this session. Who are ICS Learn and what do we do? A quick introduction from our Education Services Director. I'm going to spend a lot of time showing you how to navigate the ICS Learn Student Community. Oh, that looks like a cross now. Have a little rubber here. And how to contact your tutor and so on. How to contact student services if you need help. Very important if you're doing GCSE and A-level. You will need to know how to go about booking your exams. Also, I'll give you some study tips or show you where to find them. And also we'll go through where to go next. I've put Q&A there. That's what I do in my live session. Obviously we can't have that session now because this is a video recording, so you're not watching a real version of me and you won't be able to ask questions live on there. But I'm going to turn off the camera for now. That way you won't be distracted by my face and we can just have a look, this guided tour of the ICS Learn Student Community. So first of all, who are ICS Learn and what do we do? Well, we're one of the UK's largest providers of online learning, and while we're based in Glasgow, the majority of our tutors and indeed our students come from all over the country, from the UK as well as overseas. Now, we've got thousands of students enrolled with us at any one time, and we've been supporting learners since the 19th century when we operated as a correspondence school. ICS actually stands for International Correspondence Schools. So in those days, of course, and for most of the last century, everything would have been done in the post. If you can imagine that. We offer a huge range of different courses, not just GCSEs and A-levels, but also a lot of professional courses, as you can see there. It's increasing all the time, so check back if you want to study other things. We're, of course, committed to delivering high-quality online learning. We've got loads of experience of supporting students like you. In short, you are in safe hands. Now, here's a little bit about our Education Services Director, Sean McCready. You won't communicate with him directly during the course of your studies. Probably not. He's like my boss's boss's boss. But he just wanted to give you a quick welcome and say hello and introduce you to ICS Learn. His background is in further and higher education. He's something of an e-learning guru, as you can see there from his job description. But mainly his job is to make sure that ICS Learn as a company deliver the very highest quality of support and study materials to our students. So first of all, navigating the ICS Learn Student Community. The very first thing that you need to do when you start your course is log into the student community. I've put the web address there. You were probably given a link in an email when you first enrolled, but what I would urge you to do is save that to your favourites so that you can go to the ICS Learn Student Community regularly, because there will be updates on there all the time. You need to log in to your ICS Learn course to allow you to contact your tutor, to download and submit your tutor mark papers, and to access all of your study materials. So do visit it on a regular basis. To log in, which you've probably done already, but just to remind you, just click there in the top right hand corner. You'll then be taken to the login page. Now, your username will be your 8-digit ICS Learn student number, which would have been sent to you when you enrolled on the course. You will also have been given a temporary password, which you should type in there, but you'll be prompted to change that. If you ever forget your username and password, you can just click this button here. Enter your username, which, as I said, is your 8-digit ICS Learn student number. It usually starts with a 2. If you type that in, press submit, it will send you an email which will allow you to reset your password. A very good tip is if you check this little box, remember username, it means you don't have to type in those details every time you log in. So let's imagine that I'm logging in now. This is my login page, so you can see a little picture of me there in the top right hand corner, and there's a picture of me here. You can put a picture if you want to. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. But first of all, just have a look around this page. This page is called your dashboard, and that's the first page that you go to when you first logged in. It always says, whatever page you're on, you'll always see that dashboard written in the top left-hand corner. So wherever you are, you can always get back to that section. Notice here is a navigation box, and listed here will be all of your courses. So you can click on any of those to go into your courses directly, or you can just scroll down this page, use the scroll bar to go all the way down, and you'll see all the courses down the middle of the page also. If you've got any unread messages, so that might be messages from your tutor or messages from ICS Learn, click on that messages box. It will also be where you'll get a notification if your tutor's marked a test and so on. So make sure that you check back regularly to make sure you've got any messages. So first of all, how do we insert a profile picture? You don't have to do this, but I think it just makes everything a lot friendlier. So when you're logging in, you'll see a picture of yourself, but also any messages that you send to your tutor, or if you post to the forums, that picture will then be there, and you can change it. It doesn't have to be a picture of you, just a picture, for example, what you would use on a Facebook page. So to do that, click on this little arrow in the top right hand corner. It brings down a drop down menu. Click where you see profile, and that will open up your profile. Now, this is mine, so it might look a little bit different. You can check these details, but don't change any of your personal details without contacting ICS Learn Student Services first. If you want to update your picture, just click here where it says Edit Profile under User Details. Here you'll be given a list. You can click on these little arrows here to open these menus up and down. This, of course, is the one that you want, use a picture. So click on that, use a picture. If you have a picture uploaded already, it will appear here in a little square if you want to update a new picture. Click on this add file button. Now you'll see upload boxes like this quite a lot on the ICS Learn Student Community, because you'll need to use them to upload files which you want to put in, maybe as on a forum to ask your tutor a question, and also to upload any tutor marked test papers. So when you click on that little button there with a little plus on it, you will be able to navigate to wherever you've saved your picture, somewhere on your computer locally. Press open, upload, and it will go into that box there. And once you're happy with your picture, you need to scroll down to the bottom of the page, click update profile, and your picture will pop up there. Okay, back to the dashboard. This time I'm logged in as a student, and here in the navigation box you can see that this student Chloe is studying GCSE Maths, Business Studies, English Language, GCSE Science, and she's also got links to Induction webinars in this very important page here, information for GCSE and A-level students, which is usually right up there at the top. You can see that she's got 10 unread messages, so she needs to just click on those the blue message button there to read what messages are missing. And she's also got some forum posts, so if she wants to read those forums, forums can be things that have been posted by other students, but they might also be messages from your tutor. So make sure if you see that you click on it, just click the little buttons to read any unread posts, and then that message will disappear. Now, if you want to navigate from within your course, you can either click on the course on this main button here. So let's take IGCSE Science. If I want to go into IGCSE Science, I can either click here, or I can click this little drop down menu button here for IGCSE Science, and that will give me all of the contents of the IGCSE Science page. I can then click on another one of these little buttons here, and that will bring down another drop down menu. So it's a very good page, and this navigation plane is available on every page, so it's a really good way of finding your way around. And if you're on the IGCSE Science main page, you've got various things. Contact your tutor, that will be the IGCSE Science tutor, and you've got your very important course and assessment guide, which is available on every course. Sometimes it's called a student handbook. Make sure you read that. And then study units. All of our courses are split into study units, bite-sized pieces that you'll work through in order, completing assignments as you go along, submitting them to your tutor, and keeping in regular touch with your tutor to get help. So here we're inside the IGCSE English course. So you can see that in the breadcrumb trail, we call it, this little thing at the top here, so you can see where you are at any time, and you can also see it in the navigation box at the side. So you shouldn't get lost. Don't be afraid to click on things to sort of find your way around. All of your course materials are found by scrolling down the page or by using the navigation box, which is always there on the left. Every course has got a contact your tutor link, usually at the top of the page, as well as various forums. They might look a little bit different depending on your course. Sometimes they're there as green buttons, and sometimes they're just links down the page like this. So it just depends on what course you're on. Sometimes they look like this news forum. So you can contact your tutor, and you can also talk to other students, which is a very helpful thing to do if you want to introduce yourself and say hello to other people and feel like you're not the only one there. So to contact your tutor, I'm just going to clear down all of this there. So to contact your tutor, this is actually a forum. It's a forum, but it's a special kind of forum that is just between you and your tutor. Your tutor won't get in touch with you. You need to contact them. So click on that box. Well, it's not a box, click on that link, and you can see here that Chloe has already sent one message to her tutor, and all you need to do is click on that link. Then you need to click add new discussion, put your subject here, so a little bit like if you were writing an email, the subject would go there. Type your post in here. If you want to attach something, you've got a browse button there which you can use. So if, for example, you're doing a maths course or a physics course, and it's you've got a question about a graph or a diagram and something that you can't type, this upload feature is really useful because you can just take a photograph of the problem that you're working on, click browse, navigate to the file, the photograph that you've just taken, and upload that, and that way your tutor can see exactly what you've been working on. One thing I would just warn you of is please don't use that box to upload any assignments. It has to go through the proper assignment link, which I'll show you in a moment. Now, you can ask your tutor for help as often as you like throughout the duration of your support period. If you would like to request a call, just use this exact same box to let your tutor know when you're available and what number you would prefer them to contact you on. They'll respond using the same box, but you'll also get their response as an email. Now, our tutors' normal working hours is between 6 and 9 p.m. in the evening, so usually I would ask for a call during those times. Occasionally tutors are free to call during the day, but usually that will be the time. So you want a call, maybe it's just to help you get started, then just type a message to your tutor in there and they'll be happy to help you. Now, our tutorial team are fully qualified teachers and experts in their field. You should contact them if you've got any academic subject specific questions. So if you're studying IGCSE Science, for example, and you need help with photosynthesis, contact your tutor. ICS Learn Student Services won't be able to help with those kinds of questions. Now, your tutor will also be the one marking your course test papers. These will appear at regular intervals throughout your course, and they're a really good opportunity to get feedback from your tutor and to let them know how you're getting on. On most of our courses, the test papers don't count towards your final GCSE or A-level or IGCSE grade, and there aren't any deadlines so that you can you've got maximum flexibility. Just complete them whenever you get to them. You should check, however, use your course and assessment guide or your student handbook to make sure that your course doesn't have any coursework. If your course does have coursework, then you'll need to make arrangements with your tutor to submit that in good time. At the moment, only A-level history, A-level English language and A-level English literature have coursework, and there's more information about submitting coursework on the information for GCSE and A-level students page. I'll show you where that is in a moment. So going back to this GCSE English language course page, you can see here all of the tutor mark test paper links. They always have the same kind of icon in front of them, so that's where you should click to upload your test paper files. In this particular course, all of the assignments will be in the course study materials in this PDF, so you download that PDF and full instructions about what you should do for your assignment will be in there. Now, most test papers you can just handwrite, but sometimes you'll need to type them. It depends on the nature of the test paper. So for example, to upload test paper 1, that will be this one with a little O1 at the end of it. We try not to put code, but some of the courses will have code in there, but rest assured that that code will match the code given at the top of the test paper inside your file notes, so you can use that there. So once you've clicked the test paper upload link, you'll be taken to a page like this, which will have some brief instructions at the top of the page. This will vary depending on the course that you're on. You should be able to type up most test papers into a Word document, but some courses the test might need to be handwritten. In this case, if you've handwritten your test paper, you can scan your handwritten work and upload it as a PDF or an image file. If you don't have a scanner, don't worry, you can use a smartphone or a camera to take a clear digital photo of each page. Make sure you crop it so there's not too much background, because your tutor will need to be able to read and mark your test paper, so it's got to be a nice clear picture, and then you can just upload the images that you've taken of each page one by one. So to upload your files, you need to first of all click the add submission button there at the bottom. Then click on this little add file button here. This will take you to a file picker box. If it's empty like this, then you might need for the first time to just click here where it says upload a file. Now, once you've pressed that, you should have this box. You press browse. At the moment we've got no file selected. Press browse. You will then be able to navigate around your computer. So here I'm going to upload page 1. So I click on page 1, the file name will appear here, and then press open. Notice that once you've pressed that, the name of your file will appear there. So once it's there, all you need to press is upload this file. And you can upload several files, it depends. So here it says that you can upload up to 10 attachments. So here's page 1, I can see it in the window. If I want to upload more, then I just press this little upload button here, and I carry on adding the pages until they're all there if there are more than one. Once I've done that, I press Save Changes, and that will confirm that I've uploaded some files. So here I've only uploaded one page, but if there was more than one page, it would be a big list here. If you're happy with everything that you've uploaded, then you press Submit Assignment. You'll be taken to a window which will ask you to authenticate that it's your own work. Hit Yes, and that will get emailed to your tutor, who will then mark it. Give them a few days over busy times, they'll mark it and they'll return feedback. If you're not happy with the files that are there or you want to change them, before you press submit, you can also press edit, and that will take you back to the previous page if you want to upload anything else. If you have any problems at all with uploading test papers, then our friendly student services team are here to help. Now, they're there to offer non-academic advice and pastoral care, so they can answer questions relating to your course, the support that you receive from your tutor, any account queries, examinations, additional fees, and so on. Unlimited support's available throughout the duration of your studies. So please remember that you're not on your own. If there's anything at all, please contact our friendly ICS Learn Student Services team whenever you need to. Remember, their details are at the bottom of every page on the ICS Learn Student Community, so you can find their contact details there. Now, this is very important if you're doing A-levels, GCSEs, or international GCSEs with ICS Learn. If you are, it's your responsibility to arrange to book your exams well ahead. I'd say 5 or 6 months before you're planning to sit your actual exam. We will help you as much as we can, but you're responsible for contacting your local exam centres, booking and paying for your exams. And an exam centre will be any school, college or adult education centre close to where you live. But you'll need to call them and make sure that they accept private external candidates and that they offer the exam that you want to sit. To help you find an exam centre that accepts private candidates, we've put together some links and an interactive map on the information for GCSE and A-level students. So click on that link straight from your dashboard, the page that you go to when you log in. If you scroll down a little bit underneath where you see the information about the induction webinar, you'll see this exam information section. So there's some instructions there, and there's a map there, and all you have to do is put your postcode in the little search box there, and that will show exam centres that we know of around the country. Don't panic if your exam centre isn't there, or don't panic if you can't find one close to where you live. We've put some more links here to the actual AQA and Edexcel websites where they provide information of exam centres that they know of. So it might be worth phoning around a little bit. Fees will vary depending on the centre, so sometimes it's worth phoning around to find the cheapest centre. Expect to pay about £100 plus admin fees, but it can vary. It really does just depend on where you live. Now, you also need to make sure that if you're doing a course that has got a coursework element, that you also submit that in good time. The exam centre will give you a deadline for submitting coursework to them so that they can then send it on to the exam board. But before you do either of those two things, you will need to send it to your ICS Learn tutor, who will need to authenticate it to say that it's your own work. So if you are doing one of our A-level courses that has got a coursework element, there's some information here just above the map that's got full information about coursework. If you're not sure, check your student handbook or course and assessment guide, and that will tell you whether your course has coursework or not. Now, do make inquiries well ahead so that you can budget for the cost. As I said, I would book the exam at least 5 to 6 months before the actual exam date. Most exams are in the May June exam session, so book by January at the latest. A few exams, such as IGCSE, which also has exams in January, and also GCSE Maths, which you can sit in November, but almost all exams, A-levels, all take place in the May June exam session. I have uploaded some timetables so that you can see when your actual exams will take place. So if you scroll down that page a little bit, you will see here that the current exam timetables, which you can download. There'll be a separate timetable for GCSE, international GCSEs and A-levels, and separate timetables for the different exam boards. So make sure you know what exam you're sitting before you try to look up the timetable. And I've also put links here to past papers. So if you want to see what your exam papers will look like, you can use those links to see past papers. If it's a brand new exam, you might need to look up the sample assessment materials for your particular specification. But if you're not sure where to go, ask your tutor and they'll be able to help you. Now, further down the page, so if you go back to the information for GCSE and A-level students page, if you scroll a bit further down, after exam information, you'll find a section with some study tips and skills, some resources. Online learning takes a lot of self-discipline and organisation, and my number one tip is to put together a study timetable to make sure that you devote at least 5 or 6 hours a week to each course that you're enrolled in, and be strict about sticking to it. So if you're at school or college, you would be given a timetable and you would have maybe maths on a Monday evening or physics on a Tuesday afternoon, and then you would stick to that timetable. You must stick to your timetable, otherwise there's a likelihood that you'll fall behind. It's just far too easy when you're studying from home, other commitments, jobs, children and so on. They can just get in the way, and if you're not strict about making a timetable for your studies, then you may start falling behind, and then we'll start worrying about you. If you need any advice about how long you should be spending on each section of your course, please contact your tutor. There is a timetable template here which you can download and modify. It's got a space for each hour of the day, but you can change that to suit your own timetable. Some people like to study in the morning, some in the evening, and so on. So that's us just about finished, but before you go, here are a few tasks which I would like you to complete before you start. I know you're eager to get started with your courses. This is a little bit of homework for you. First of all, make sure that you've signed your electronic contract, that you've read all of our terms and conditions, and that you've checked that your personal details are correct. It's a good idea when you start each of your courses to contact each of your tutors to introduce yourself. It's a lot of people hold off on this and they think, right, I want to wait until I'm stuck on something. But I think it's really nice to just say, hello, my name is such and such, and looking forward to working with you. It's an important step in building a good working relationship with your tutor. And in my experience, the students that do best on their courses are the ones that keep in regular contact with their tutors. I would also urge you to read the course and assessment guide for each of your courses. It's called a student handbook on some courses, so every course that you go into, make sure that you either read the course and assessment guide or student handbook, because that's got all the information about booking your exams and what the paper codes are and how your course works. Then I would urge you to add a little profile picture. You don't have to do this, but it just makes it a bit friendlier, and it helps your tutor to remember who you are. You know, when your tutor has lots and lots of students, and they see a name, if there's a picture to go with that name, it just makes it a little bit more personal. It might be an idea also to go to the Talk to Other Students forum on each of your courses and introduce yourself, and that way people hopefully write back to you and you won't feel like you're on your own. It's also a very good idea to make a study timetable, as I mentioned, and really stick to it. So do that first so that you know how many hours and when you're going to be working towards each course. And lastly, do this right at the beginning before you start. Find out where your nearest exam centre is and find out if they offer the exams that you want, and also find out how much it will cost. Exam fees can really vary a lot between centres, so it helps to phone around and to be prepared to budget for whatever your exam will be. So even if you're starting in the summer and you're not going to book your exams until January, find that information out first. That way you know what to expect and there won't be any surprises along the line. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, you can either come to my live induction sessions, which I run every week, or you can contact ICS Learn Student Services and they'll be happy to help. Hope you found this session helpful, and I look forward to speaking to you again maybe, and good luck with your studies. Bye.